What's happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So Arsenal are currently on the pre-season tour in Singapore, and we played Atletico Madrid yesterday, and it was a 1-1 draw at 90 minutes, and of course the game went to penalties. We ended up losing 3-1 on penalties. We were extremely dominant within the whole game, really, I'd like to think. Of course, we did go 1-0 down, but we pulled it back, and the goal was courtesy of one of the players that we will be discussing in this video, and that will be Emile Smith Rowe. And I do believe he's got an extremely bright future ahead, and he essentially, to me, is the replacement for Jack Wilshere. So he's been part of the academy for a while, as we all know, and personally, when Jack Wilshere left, I didn't think we may be able to unearth another gem from the academy as we did with him. But it looks like Smith Rowe does have the talent, and he certainly does have a bright future. Unai Emery came out after the game as well, and he actually spoke about Smith Rowe, saying that he does believe that the player is ready to step up into the first team. So he's only 17. He should be turning 18 by the time you'll be watching this video. His birthday's in the next couple of days or so. But he scored a fantastic goal where he drove the ball for distance, and he went through pretty much most of Atletico Madrid's midfield, and he scored a curling finish, and it was a fantastic goal. He's an attacking threat going forward. He certainly does remind me of a young Jack Wilshere when he burst onto the scene, and he's got bags and bags of talent. Of course, as I said, Unai Emery was talking about him after the game. He was one of the recommendations that he was recommended to take on the tour. So each season, the manager is actually recommended a player from the lower teams within the club to take on tour with him or with them. And Smith Rowe was one of those players that was picked out. Of course, last season or the year before that, we had Reiss Nelson, who actually lit up the Emirates Cup. And it seems each pre-season there's a breakout star. Some of them will make it to the first team, some won't. A few years back, we had Zalalem as well, who were absolutely fantastic when we went to Australia. But his career has sort of taken a dip. He is still with the club, but we haven't seen him feature at all within the first team. Highly talented young kid, highly rated young kid, but it seems as if each pre-season there's always that one young player who shines. And this time it is Emile Smith Rowe. So moving forward, other player we will be talking about really whose headlines were certainly stolen from him by Smith Rowe was Guendouzi. So he absolutely played well yesterday. He was sitting at the base of the midfield, and his passing was absolutely fantastic. His timing was brilliant, and I do believe him and Smith Rowe had a fantastic game overall. Guendouzi, what was actually quite impressed with him really watching this game was his discipline. He was sitting right at the base of the midfield. When he spotted a little space, he would run into that gap and try and get further forward as possible. But it looks as if we've really signed a really good player. And of course, this was a Sven Mislintat recommendation to Unai Emery, who of course agreed to bring in the player to Arsenal, and it looks like we've bagged ourselves a brilliant midfielder. Of course, what concerns me really is he going to get the game time? We've got someone who can play there with a bit more experience, if you like, on a higher level in the form of Mohamed Elneny. So I believe between those two players, it's going to be a fight to get a place in the team. But he's extremely impressive. He played absolutely well yesterday, but I thought I'd bring you a quick update on these two specific players based on the game yesterday, and just a brief review of the game yesterday as mentioned at the start of the video. But as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.